Hey guys, so I'm here with my August favourites. I really enjoyed doing one for July and so decided that I did have enough to talk about for August. Like I said in my July favourites, I don't know if this will be every single month. There might come a month when I don't really have anything to talk about, so I decide not to make one. That kind of thing. I'm just kind of seeing how it goes for now and taking it from there. So I do have a couple of things to show you this month. I'll start where I'm always comfortable talking, and that's the books. There were two books that I consider favourites for August. The first I don't have a physical copy of because I read it on my Kindle, and that's Souls Unfractured by Tilly Cole. It's the third book in the Hades Hangman series. I talked about it in my wrap-up. I really loved it. I really loved the whole series so far, and I was highly anticipating this one, and it didn't disappoint me. It was fantastic. Absolutely just stole my heart. That whole trilogy is just a favourite of all time, so I had to include that in this favourites video. And the second book that was a favourite in August was The Prince and I, and this is by Karen Hawkins. When I actually read it, I read it on my Kindle, but then a physical copy showed up, and I really enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed the first book in the series as well, The Prince Who Loved Me. They're really cute historical Regency romances, which I know aren't for everyone, but they're something that I really enjoy. And what I like about this particular series is that they are sort of fairy tellings retold in sort of Regency. So The Prince Who Loved Me was a Cinderella type story, and The Prince and I is a Robin Hood type story, and they were just really fun. I love Karen Hawkins' characters. They're always really quirky, really fun. They always get into sort of humorous situations, and I really enjoyed them. They're really cute reads, and they are a feel-good read. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. If you can hear anything in the background other than sort of the road, my dog Rosie is actually in the room. I don't normally film with her in the room, but she decided that she wanted to be in here, and yeah, I'm going to see how that goes. Won't we, Rose? I think she's trying to sleep. Okay, so I have 3 movie favourites for August. I forgot what month I was talking about for a second there. I do actually have the physical DVDs, but they're stored downstairs. I was going to show them, but then I completely forgot them, and my mum has sort of rearranged the DVDs. Most of the DVDs downstairs in the collection are mine, but we do all keep our DVDs together, and I think she was rearranging the shelves or whatever, and so I couldn't actually, off the top of my head, I wouldn't know where they are anyway. So I'll start with the first one, which is Home, the animated film with Jim Parsons and Rihanna's voices in, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really funny. I've watched it 3 times in August alone. Really loved it. I hadn't seen it before that. I bought the DVD and then watched it, and just fell in love with it. I think it's a really good animated film, and yeah, definitely made me laugh. Also nearly made me cry as well, which I wasn't expecting, but I won't spoil that for anybody. Then my second favourite movie of the month was The Duff. I've been dying to watch this film. I didn't see it at the cinema. No one I sort of knew was really interested in going because they didn't know about the book or anything like that. I read The Duff, I think about 3 years ago. Absolutely fell in love with it. It's a fantastic contemporary book. So I was dying to see the movie. Now the movie is very different. As a book to movie adaptation, I don't like it because it's not the same. It is just, they took it and they went with it. They really went with it. But as a film, I really liked it, and it still had the elements there of the book, but it was completely flipped. But as a movie, I really liked it. If I hadn't read the book, I would have still loved the movie as a movie. But I just don't like it as a book to movie adaptation, but the film itself I love, if that makes sense. If I ignore the fact that I love the book, then I can like the movie as something different. So I like that. And the third and final movie that I loved in August was Cinderella, the new Disney Cinderella. I saw this at the cinema with my mum. My mum was dying to see it. I think in March or April we went. So I took my mum to the cinema to see it, and we absolutely loved it. So I've been dying to have the DVD to watch it again, and I love it just as much. I've seen it in total 3 times now. Once at the cinema, and then I've watched it twice since having it on DVD. And I know a lot of people didn't like it. They think that Cinderella's a doormat or whatever, and that she's not very spunky, I suppose is the word to use. But what I liked about it was that what I liked about Maleficent that they did is that it was a completely different sort of telling and side of Maleficent. It was different. What I liked about the live action Cinderella is that they've stuck to sort of the original Disney Cinderella. They haven't played around with it too much. It's still Cinderella, and I really liked that. So yeah, I just really love it. I think it is like watching one of the animated Disney films, but with people. That's the only way I can think to describe it. And yeah, I absolutely love this movie, and I'm so glad that I own it on DVD because I will probably be watching it again later. So on to a couple of different things. A TV show that I've been really enjoying. But I've been watching it on YouTube because I don't know if it airs over here. But there are loads of episodes on YouTube. I really enjoy crime documentaries. I've watched loads of crime documentaries. And it came up in my suggestions to watch it. And that's Deadly Women. Now, I had never seen or heard of this, but I've been able to watch like 2-3 episodes a day, sometimes like on my days off, and then in the evening I would watch an episode. And what I normally do is when I colour in, I normally have my iPad or my computer playing something like a documentary while I'm colouring in. But what I really like about Deadly Women is about these women that have committed crimes. Normally they are sort of murder, and it sounds really strange to talk about like a TV show about this, but I studied sort of forensic science, and part of that was criminology and psychology. So I'm already sort of fascinated with this kind of thing. But what I like about these is that they are like 45-minute episodes, but each episode has sort of 3 different cases. So they're not really detailed, they're not really in depth on the cases, but you do get 3 different cases per episode. And they sort of highlighted cases that I hadn't heard of. So I've just found it really interesting, and sort of a thing to have playing while I'm colouring. So yeah, I've been doing that. Talking of colouring, a favourite for this month is this, or this month for August is this. I don't have the dust jacket on at the moment because I have actually been colouring in today. And this is the Enchanted Forest colouring book by Joanna Basford. I'm not sure how you say her name, but I have loved colouring this in. And if you do follow my channel sort of regularly, I have posted sort of a colouring in video with this, and it's sort of the first video I've done like that, so I am sort of tweaking things, and I do plan to make it sort of a series on colouring. So if you enjoyed it, could you let me know in the comments down below, because I was a little bit nervous about posting something a little bit different. I do have the next one ready to go, but for the third one I've sort of tweaked it again, and I'm sort of getting into the swing of how to record these videos, how to edit them. So bear with me, I am getting there on the editing and everything front for the colouring videos. So if you enjoyed that, do let me know, because I've really enjoyed the colouring. And even if it's not popular, I still want to record it for sort of my benefit, sort of the before and after of colouring in, so that I can see it. It sounds so like cliche to say it as a colouring journey, but like I would like to document like people do the Wreck This Journal videos, like documenting it. I'd like to do it for the colouring, and I do in the future plan to sort of do that with other colouring books. So yeah, I've really enjoyed it through August doing this, and yeah, I've really enjoyed. I find it really therapeutic. So yeah, I've done a fair few now. This is the one, as I'm recording it, that I've got up to now. This is the first sort of double page one. And that's not. It's the most intense double page one. That was the first double page one, but this is a lot more dense. So yeah, I've really enjoyed colouring this in. It's really therapeutic. If you haven't tried adult colouring books, definitely give one a try. I know I thought they were a bit of a fad when I first sort of saw them, but they are really good. And then the last favourite that I'm going to mention for August, which is probably the most amazing thing. In the middle of the month, I went to see Michael McIntyre, Happy and Glorious, the tour, and I have wanted to see Michael McIntyre live for years. My mum and I actually saw his first sort of TV performance on the Royal Variety. I can't remember what year it was. We saw that and we followed his career ever since. But when he came, he hasn't toured where I live for 6 years. I want to say 6 years. I think it's 4 or 6 years. And the last time he was down, we couldn't go. So we've been dying for him to come again. I think it was for his first tour. Then his second tour, he didn't come here, and now he's back again. And it was so good. We were actually the first night. We were literally opening night of the tour. So obviously I bought a tour shirt and a program and a keyring, which I've got on my purse somewhere. But it was so funny. I was actually hoarse the next day from laughing, and it was nice to go with my mum because we both literally just love him. We find him so funny. We did ask my brother if he wanted to come, but he wasn't interested. But yeah, it was so fun. It was just fantastic, and I'm so glad that I finally got to see him live. It was pretty good. It met all my expectations, put it that way. So that's all my favourites for August, guys. Had a really good August. It was quite a busy August. I was here, there and everywhere. Not like on holiday or anything, but I went here, there. I also went to the night air. We have an air show here, and then in the evening on some of the nights you can buy tickets to go to sort of a concert on the beach, and me and my bestie went to that, so this is technically another favourite. We went to that, and it was really good, because then you have sort of aeroplanes that have got sort of lights on them in the dark flying, and then you had paratroopers jumping from planes with sort of fireworks on them. I don't quite know how that works, but you did. If you haven't already, I did actually upload a video. It's been a month of different videos on my channel. I uploaded a video of some footage from the concert. It didn't include everybody. Sarah Harding was first to go on from Girls Aloud. She was actually terrible, so we didn't take any footage of that. Alicia Dixon went on second, and I don't have a thing against Alicia Dixon, but her music's not really my thing. But she was actually quite fun and she was really nice. And then I've got some footage of Fuse ODG, I think his name is. And then Scouting for Girls, which were amazing live, amazing. And Lawson, which was just amazing because I'm a big Lawson fan, so that was just the best part of the entire evening. So yeah, if you haven't checked out that video, there's some footage there. So yeah, that's everything, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you are enjoying favourites videos, because I would really like some feedback if you don't mind. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!